going, y'all? And what's up, Sussex Squad? How y'all doing today? Well, if you're the Middletons, you are being reminded that you guys are broke jokes and you better stay on what? On mute. You guys, if you guys don't know, for the last couple of weeks, everyone, and by everyone, I mean me, has been asking, where are Kate's parents? How come nobody's around her? How come they didn't go visit her? If something was really wrong with her, and they are putting up digitally altered videos, photos, whatever it be. How come our family isn't actually coming out and doing whatever? Let's just say the rumors are true and her and William are separated. Why are they not rallying around her? Let's just say the rumors are false and everything is hunky dory. I know, right? And everything is hunky dory. Why has this whole show, why did they stay quiet for weeks? And the only time they spoke out is when, according to Kensington Palace, Kate was forced to make a statement because her medical information was going to be leaked. Now, interesting enough, they did not say the cancer, they said the medical information. Don't forget, the Spanish journalists were saying that Kate has been in a coma. Well, baby, a lot of people said, and by a lot of people, I mean me, speculated that Kate's family couldn't. Kate was raised to marry a rich man. Look at her sister. They were middle-class people that spent everything they could to send their sons and daughters to the best private schools in the world, to marry people that came from lineages, that came from real money, not this party city money, that party pieces money that seemed to be in the wind. Okay. Now, if you guys don't know, uh, they sacrificed everything. Their uncle Gary was supposed to have money, but I don't even know if that's true because he was on Celebrity Big Brother, right? Looking like an oafish fool, talking trash about Megan. Boy, please worry about your dental situation and leave Megan alone. But anyway, right? All this stuff was actually happening. So let me just roll it back. All this stuff was happening. Everybody was like, why come Kate's family is basically in hiding? We did see Pippa jumping off of a boat, right? So we all assumed, okay, so maybe they're separating because would Pippa really be on an island holiday if her sister was with some type of serious disease that is more serious than Charles, because Charles at least came out and said hi to people. Okay. So we all thought Kate was fine because Pippa was acting like Kate was fine, right? Wrong. It has now come out that Kate's parents are indeed broke jokes. Now, Kate's parents, particularly her mom, has been speaking a little bit more out into the media, but it seems like people are saying that Kensington Palace is kind of smacking, it's kind of smacking our hands away and warning them to be quiet, or else they will be further from any sort of social stature. Now, if you guys don't know, interestingly enough, Kate's family was rumored to have somehow they were going to get some type of titles, knighthood. I don't know how that's, but they were going to get some type of royal whatever. But around that time that was supposed to be happening, it was leaked that her family owed money, and that dashed any way that Kate's family was going to get titles. How does it go? Knighthoods, whatever commoners can get. Kate's family was actually going to be anointed. It looks like that didn't happen because that news leaked. Now, the funny thing is, if you believe the divorce rumors, that would be the first time for Willie to step in and be like, no, they're not getting anything, because it's hard to make people with titles that still have to mix with you in royal circles, right? It's still very hard for you to make them go away. But again, let's get into the latest indignity, right? That the Middletons are suffering. Again, this is indignity of their own making. Do you know these people are too broke to pay the insolvency firm which sold Party Pieces? Now, Party Pieces was sold to people. A lot of people bought it and kept loaning the money because Carol Middleton somehow presented herself that she would be responsible if anything goes down. Carol says that wasn't true. The people that gave the money, that said it was absolutely true, we wouldn't have given you the money had you not done this. Why? Because it was a quick king's mother-in-law. The king's worth 40 billion. Of course, the mother-in-law is good for it. When everything went to dust, no one could get paid. All the people, including the woman that made the cake for William and Kate's for their wedding, nobody got paid. Everybody was mad at the Middletons. Interestingly enough, the Middletons, it looks like this is something, if you believe the rumors, to keep them quiet because it's now leaked. The Middleton said, "How dare you? We never did this. We planned to pay everyone we could, but we never told you we pay you." But oddly enough, they paid an insolvency firm. I think that's the UK equivalent of a bankruptcy firm to actually sell party pieces to see if anybody could at least take over the business. Okay, that's how all this started. Do you know that the insolvency firm that they were supposed to pay never got their money? Tell me William ain't divorcing that woman. Tell me that William has not cut off her family. But oddly enough, Pippa has money, and so does I think James. So why didn't they? Unless does Pippa have the money to pay the $3 million to her parents? It's weird. They said the city firm handling the insolvency of the business run by the Princess of Wales parents will be unable to collect the total fees due for the project after incurring costs of more than $260,000. Interpath Advisory was appointed to manage the collapse of Carol and Michael Middleton's party pieces um, last year, and it fell into administration. I guess that's bankruptcy, owing creditors 2.6 million pounds. That's like $3.5 million. The firm found that the realization of Party Piece's assets was insufficient to cover the advisor's time costs of £268,000. Interpath's team was unable, therefore, to recoup the total fees for the work by its restructuring professionals who have charged an average hourly rate of £566. Why is William not stepping in? Doesn't Kate get paid from the Princess of Wales? All her food, clothing, upkeep, everything is paid for. Where's Kate's salary going? Why hasn't William stepped in? Why hasn't this is all very odd. Are they all frauds? The firm discovered that Party Pieces insolvency involved longer hours than expected to meet statutory requirements and queries about creditors. Interpath has received about 51,000 in fees, and while it is expected to recoup more over time, it is determined that it will not be able to recoup the total bill. Carol and Michael launched Party Pieces in 1987. Children's parties, blah, blah, blah. They suffered a drop in sales during the pandemic, and the Middletons have been willing to provide. And while the Middletons have been willing to provide a dowry to secure a solvent sale of the business, ultimately it fell into administration. Anyway, you guys, they said it's been one of the toughest few years on record for consumer-facing businesses. Many of those have survived the pandemic, have taken support. Okay, so they're trying to make excuses. Yeah. So what's going on? One thing that we can say, Party Pieces was forced by the court to go into bankruptcy because, as they said, Interpath Advisory was appointed to manage. Okay. Party Pieces was deep in debt. Carol Middleton knew how deep they debt. Carol Middleton traded on her social status. Now, that's not to drag Carol Middleton too much. She deserves it. But Rose has, according to the Chinese government, stolen artifacts. This is the way people in the UK, the royalty and the Turteltaufs and the people that want to be Turteltaufs do business. Okay. They look down on the poor, but they do the most disgusting things, in my opinion. Right. But now that we know that the Middletons don't have the money to even pay for that, right? My question is not whether they thought they could keep this little con going. It seems like that this all fell apart when William pulled, right? When William seemingly pulled his financial support away from the Middletons, that's when everything fell apart. That's when we saw that there was literally nothing but paper clips and bubble gum and rubber bands holding it together, which we have to go back and ask why. Why did William pull his support down from the Middletons? What changed? This is around the time that William looked like he was recoiling from Kate's touch and things looked like they were very frosty. Now, I'm not saying that I know whether they're separating or not. And I'm not pretending to know what goes on in Carol Middleton's house. I am saying that all these things are starting to add up and look really, really suspicious. And even if nobody else wants it, baby, I want answers. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay.